Welcome to the intro before the intro. I unfortunately watched a mislabeled version. This is actually the remake from 2000. Thank you so much to everyone over on Patreon who figured this out and let me know. It's very dangerous to be Googling around as a reactor. So many spoilers. I hope you still enjoy it. I sure did. Thank you for your patience. We'll get to the actual original later. Welcome. I'll be reacting to The Railway Children. As some of you already know, I am an actual movie critic for a local paper, and so I've seen the recent one. This will be interesting because I'll be coming the reverse direction from most people, having looked at the new version and then circling back to this one. The other people in the audience at the cinema that I talked to anyway had seen this one and were coming to the new one because of it. I don't know if you'll be more confused or enlightened by this rambling intro, but my point is I might know things about it and I might not. I'm not sure. I had mixed feelings about the new one. There are parts that I thought were really well done and others where I was just like, we'll see how I feel about this one. This is not a market substitute. Please support the original, currently on Amazon. And no spoilers in the comments when recommending movies. Please just the title and year of release. Oh, I know these actors. How fun. Lovely suit. 1898? 1897 maybe? This reminds me of The Little Princess. Between the era and the birthday presents. Oh, it has little steam. Oh no. Oh.
Right. Which child exploded?
He's so young in this. It's amazing. I'm used to seeing him much older.
Two gentlemen to see you, sir. I've shown them into the library.
Well, if this follows the Little Princess pattern, he's about to lose all his money. But let's hope the parallels end here with the birthday. Did you notice how long her necklace was, all the way down, and the particular kind of beading that it had? That's what they wore. They got it right. They loved that hourglass figure with the long necklace. See, take a look at this. Perfect.
I'm afraid Father's been called away.
But why
Darling,
not?
go to bed.
She's old enough that she can worry. It's that awkward age where you don't have any responsibility, but you have the insight to know something terrible is going on. I have a feeling we're not going to see him again, at least not for a long time.
Ruth?
Ruth is great.
Why has Mother gone to town?
Oh, the toast rack. Back when I could have bread, I had one of those.
I'm sure there's been some calamity. Let's not make things worse by being horrid to each other.
Excellent advice. This doesn't look good, although her dress does. And the hat. Absolutely gorgeous. They even got the waistline right. These are some of the best costumes I've ever seen in this setting of era. This hat! I'm in love. Let's take it off the screen. The pram in the background. Woman in the back who walked past in the black boater hat. This was what was popular in this time period. I'm sorry, my nerddom of turn of the century costuming is like woo, off the charts right now. I can barely concentrate on the story. I'm just basking in these costumes. See this other set in the late 1890s movies? It can be done. I don't want to hear any excuses anymore because it's clearly possible.
1660 to 1685.
Edward IV.
And her sleeves are slightly earlier, which makes sense because she is a little older, she's more conservative, more strict, so she would be wearing a few years ago outfits. Now hers is more 1895, 1897-ish. Again, attention to detail. We have the sister who is less modish than their mother, who's clearly more fashion forward. Even the hair in the front, the hairstyle is slightly earlier. So they're matching the outfit she's wearing and the hairstyle, whereas the mother has a more Gibson girl look. She's more almost 1900, because again, she's fashionable. They got the hair right. They've got the hats right. They've got the costumes right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm getting so excited. I just a little curly hair in the front, but kids, come on. Ruth is awesome. Shouldn't do that to her.
You'll come to a bad end, you horrible little child. If you don't mend your ways, you'll go to where your precious father's gone.
Oh no!
We're only taking a few things from here. Just the useful ones.
Why?
No, she has to sell the house.
Because we've got to play at being poor for a bit.
She's gonna have to figure out a way to make a living. And options were limited back then. I'm trying to remember what the station looked like. It seems similar. This definitely looks familiar. Oh, this poor guy. At least help him out.
There's the house.
That is the house.
Is. Who?
They didn't give that much information in the other film. It was mostly about the new story and the new kids.
Oh, that's better. The great thing is to be cheerful.
Don't use that many candles! Okay, I have to object to this. Alright. Okay, we were doing so well with the costuming, and then we got someone who clearly has never used a candle in their life. Now, they did get one thing right, which is you can stand them onto plates. However, you do not need this many candles. Do you know how expensive they are? I've lit a room this size with candles. You could get away with 2 if you put them on either side of the table and didn't worry about lighting all the background. This is excessive. Now, all right, I'll grant them this. They come from a very wealthy family. They've never been poor before. They probably didn't even think this way. But they better start soon. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 candles when you need 4, maybe 3.
I don't know how to do anything.
Shh. Must let Mummy sleep.
Oh, siblings. They really did either recreate this set or come back to the same place, because this is totally the house they used.
What's we going to live on?
Mummy's going to write stories and try to sell them.
Good luck with that.
Buying some.
Make a living as a writer? Okay, that's hilarious. You know, it's true though, one of the most depressing things about reading things like Little Women is that they mention how much people used to be paid for writing, and it's more than we're being paid now as freelance writers. So wonderful.
Perhaps Daddy can still get money.
I don't think so. We wouldn't have needed to sell off the nice furniture.
I think it's good that we sold it. More room to run around now.
That's the spirit. Careful! Way to give me a heart attack. Oh, what a beautiful shot. Oh,
Half of everything I say is more or less complete nonsense. The trick is trying to guess which half.
oh. I like him.
Off somewhere nice, or to your sister's?
The carriage was dusty last time.
Oh,
What was it? The chief cause of dust on the trains is actually dusty passengers.
all right. He's my favorite character now. Oh, even the extras are dressed properly. Did you see those hats in the back?
We were all wondering if we could light a fire.
No, loves. Coal is so dear.
And yet you lit like 50 candles last night? Maybe if you lit fewer candles, you could afford coal. Oh no, what if he gets caught? Ugh.
I only took it from the middle of the heap so it counts as mining. It'll take you thousands of years to burn up all that coal.
Quite. I know we're looking this time. Now, get along home.
I really miss him.
Me too. I'm afraid he'll forget about us.
He won't, Phil.
He's probably terribly busy. That's why it's called being away on busyness.
Away on busyness. Oh, so adorable. Ah.
Morning.
Good morning.
You should look into the station whenever you fancy it.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, the station master's cool. I wonder if the same gentleman will be on the train. Ah, there he is! He's probably having just as much fun.
She pulled the cord, the train stopped, the guard rushed in, and she said, "Oh, there you are. I'll have a glass of stout and a pork pie, please."
What's going to happen to us?
Mr. Collins? Is Lady Catherine gonna help?
Your mother has influenza. I'm sure she'll be all right, but we're going to have to look after her carefully.
Nobody looks after me when I have influenza. Well, I mean, DoorDash does, technically.
And a bottle of the best brandy.
How are we gonna pay for all
I'll
that?
write it down.
At least the grapes and the beef tea. Grapes actually got me through COVID recently. Because I was so ill I couldn't really eat anything, but I could manage grapes. So it's funny they mentioned it here specifically.
So Mrs. Viney can spend the shilling on Mother's brandy and beef tea.
How are we going to buy all the other things?
I don't know.
It's so sweet that she has people who care when she's sick and are looking after her. I have one friend who is absolutely amazing and sometimes brings things by when I'm sick, and it means the world. Oh, the sign! They did something like this in the new film where they made the big banners.
Thank you, my dear.
Oh, maybe he'll help. I bet he'll do it.
Old gentleman asked me to fetch this up right away.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Pell.
To bring her some sweetbread. Because it
That is
smells so nice.
so sweet of him.
Not looking for any tuppences.
It's for dabbing on in places you think you're going to be kissed.
How does she know that? Are they gonna have like a thank you banner? Oh, this film is so wholesome. These sheep are getting a lot of screen time. I feel like they should get proper credits.
And I dropped my watch in the water butt, and it doesn't...
Mind your own business. Posh bloody kids.
Stuck up.
We're just normal children. We're not posh. I repaired this dress 100 times.
Wow, you're not making things any better. Port out, starboard home, posh with a capital P-O-S-H, posh. I looked into it out of curiosity, and apparently it started in the universities and was just a slang term.
Для полиции здесь нет никакой нужды.
T will fix everything.
Are you Welsh?
No. Osgwylach
You can tell us if he recognises his...
He'd be wearing one of them thick jumpers if he was Norwegian.
Oh, he's Russian.
Can stay at our house.
That's a bit presumptuous. We don't know anything about him. Kids, let's wait for your mother.
You should go straight to bed.
Why do you have a fire and candles right next to each other? Can we talk about your candle use, please?
When you say your prayers, ask God to take pity on all prisoners and captives.
Prisoners and captives.
I guess that's her way of explaining what's going on. She should be more direct, though. The train! It's gonna hit there.
That'll take some clearing up.
But they're kids. I mean, will they listen? Oh. It's fine. You can just sew it back together.
The train gets round the corner. Step back, but keep on waving.
Ah! Ah. Run!
Averting what must, humanly speaking, have been a terrible accident. Does this make me get a present?
Nice and loud now, you can't be too loud.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Too loud.
This is awfully good of you.
A cup and a plate might be nice.
Perks always drinks it out of the can.
Yes.
Oh dear.
We know where your wife and children are.
I don't know how to thank you for everything. It's been a real pleasure to meet you.
It's my place to give Mother my arm. My father's not here. I'm the head of the family.
Stop. So cute. Better jump. Fast.
You can bend this because you're an engineer.
Well, I'm blowed.
That is so clever.
When's your birthday, Mr. Perks?
The 15th of this month, if you really want to know. But I gave up keeping birthdays years ago.
He's been really friendly to us and we wanted to give him our buns.
Certainly.
That is so kind of them.
There must be lots of people in the village who'd like to help give him a good birthday.
Yes, get everyone involved. Oh, they decorated it.
Perks has never had a birthday like it. Not even when he was a boy. Oh no. I hope he doesn't think it's all come from us and that we're trying to be grand.
Have I ever complained about being short enough as to need charity?
We thought you'd be pleased.
But please.
Have you been going round telling the neighbours we can't make ends meet?
Oh, this backfires so terribly.
It was bought for my daughters first. It would be a help for Mrs. Perks's little girl. I'm not sending the pram back, Bert, so don't ask me.
I'm not asking you anything.
Leave the rest of the labels for him to read at least.
I take it all back. I'm not unhappy about the presents. I mean,
You're the most aggravating man.
a man must respect himself.
I'm glad he came around so quickly. That is a lot of kids to take care of, though. He's probably pretty hard up himself, which is why he wasn't good at accepting things. Honestly, I kind of get it. Books, the iPhones of the earlier era.
I brought you some magazines by way of a thank you for my birthday presents. I wish they'd leave something a bit more useful, like cakes, eh?
Oh, she'll find her dad in here, maybe.
And we must be proud of him and wait.
Why didn't you tell me?
Are you going to tell the others? No.
They're too young.
We must bear it and be brave.
I don't know, she feels more like someone who wants to do something about it. That's a big ask. But maybe he'll at least check into it.
One of the red jersey must have been mixed in with the others.
No, I don't think so.
Hold your breath, though.
Who are you?
Your rescue party.
Do you think you could move if we helped you?
Ooh, wow.
Look, I'll stay with him. You go and get help.
Don't go back the way you came. Go the other way where there are actually people. Oh, dear.
I think you're all right as you are.
What do you posh kids want?
So, sister still mending that old dress over and over.
Oh, good. They helped anyway.
Hey, what will your ma say about you bringing home a sick stranger?
That she's used to it?
I've been trying to find out things.
Oh.
All I can tell you is I have hopes, my dear. It wouldn't do to upset your mother about a false
I
hope, would it?
agree. Yeah. Don't tell her yet. He's like the older person I'll aspire to be when I'm his age.
Excuse me.
Subtle, Mom.
Goodbye.
May I write to you?
That's my address.
Lovely.
That's right.
Yes, let's.
That was huge back then. Okay, but bring your food. You don't have much money. Thank you. I like that kid. Ah, they have a fan club now. What? What did he do? You better get down to the station. Look at that. The proper amount of petticoats, even.
The 11:57 is right on time, miss.
Her dad is coming. I can tell from the music he's on the train. Yes! No. I like that they took the music out. You just hear the natural sounds around them. The birds singing. That was just such a special film. And the theme was really all about kindness. And that if you look after other people, that it comes around. And that the world would just be a better place if everyone looked out for each other. Sorry, the ending was very moving. And you probably saw throughout just how much I loved the costuming and the set design. They did such a good job, other than the candles. I will say the new film, they were very wasteful with flour in the middle of rationing, so I guess that was an homage that I didn't know about. A lot of people were saying they preferred this film, and I can see why. I definitely agree. I think this one had a very luminous quality to it. It was so wonderful to enter their world, and even though they had very little, how much they cared for each other. And just the beauty of the era and the countryside, and really highlighting that, and of course the trains going by were wonderful. The new film, well, it had some of that, and it definitely was in the same location. It was a difficult film to watch. Not because it was bad, it wasn't. It was just, it's about racism. There were some scenes that, oof, you definitely wanted to talk about in history and realize it's out there. And the kids in that film were amazing with how they were trying to help stop it. But the result of the overall feel was very different. It was trying to be this film, which is very quiet, and while there is obviously the issue with their father, I wouldn't say there's a lot of conflict in it. It's just kind of a relaxing holiday in the countryside kind of a film. And then the new one, there was a lot of horrifying stuff going on, and it was definitely not really for kids. I think I mentioned in my review even, I wasn't sure who the target audience was. Like, is this a film for adults about racism in World War II? Or is this supposed to be for kids? It just felt muddled. And I couldn't understand why, as a critic. I was like, this film didn't have a clear voice. Now I know why it didn't. It was trying to be this film, but also this other film. And I still enjoyed it, but it ended up mediocre because it was trying to do two things at the same time. I can see why so many people were saying it did not really feel like Railway Children. I do want to rewatch it now, though, that I kind of know what's going on a little bit more. I kind of wonder if I'll have a different reaction, knowing what I know now. But with regards to the first one, I think this is a really beautiful gem of a film. I have a feeling this is one that is a great thing to watch when you're feeling a little bit down and depressed and just dealing with life, really. Because it is about kind of finding joy in small moments when things aren't going well, and then of course, it has the happy ending. So this one gets 2 thumbs up from me.